On Logie's Night 16 years ago, one young soapy star thought he had it made. Life was oh so sweet for the winner of the most popular new talent award. I'll bet no one in the room thought he'd end up one of the biggest television stars in the world. But that's what happened to Simon Baker. Now, every week, 20 million Americans sit down to watch him in his top-rating show, The Mentalist. He's been called the sexiest man on TV, the new Errol Flynn, and even the new George Clooney. Well, like Flynn, he was born in Tasmania, and like Clooney, women do swoon over him. But Carl Stefanovic found he's still one of the boys.
And roll sound, please.
Hey, Mark.
Agua Dulce in Southern California is rattlesnake country. But when Hollywood comes to town, there's a man on hand to keep them at bay.
Ready, fella?
The only drama that should happen today is in the script. My man.
How are you? You think cold? Well, it's a little bit chilly out here in the desert.
I'm on location with the Aussie bloke with the charming smile, Simon Baker, star of America's hottest new show, The Mentalist.
How many hours a day are you working on this? Yesterday I clocked from my house back to my house a 17-and-a-half-hour day yesterday.
Really, Mark?
In The Mentalist, Simon Baker plays Patrick Jane, a former TV psychic turned crime investigator.
I know what you're thinking.
You do?
The show is huge in America.
Interesting.
More than 20 million viewers watch every week.
You're a very strange kind of policeman.
This is just one of the many quotes. The Mentalist has the goods. The charming, roguish Baker and his big blue eyes. Baker is TV's latest heartthrob. How does that sit with you?
Well, it's inaccurate. I've got small eyes and they're green.
It's part of it, though. I mean,
it's all part of the game.
And these days, Simon's part of the main game.
Simon Baker.
There's no doubt he can act.
And women just adore you.
But it's his dashing good looks that have won over women everywhere.
I'm probably older than you, and I love you.
And earned him the title of sexiest man on television.
Simon, thank you so much for coming, because nobody has ever made Barbara lick her lips like she just did.
Did you expect to be named the sexiest man on television?
Of course I expected that.
I thought so, yeah.
Yeah. What do you think? I'm nearly 40.
Was that weird?
It was weird. It was, I think it's weirder for my daughter. She's 15.
How'd she react?
She just rolls her eyes and shakes her head. It's just, Dad, you're so embarrassing.
Away from the hype, this is where Simon Baker feels right at home, the Pacific Ocean. He was born in Tasmania but grew up in Lennox Head on the New South Wales north coast.
You fished and you surfed and you played rugby, and it was a very macho kind of place. And my stepfather was a butcher.
I know that you wanted to be an actor, but were you public with that? Do you think that you would ever end up?
No, I was very private about that.
What was that?
It was not the environment to sort of have those kind of dreams and aspirations.
So you did a couple of odd jobs in the meantime?
I helped a guy install ceiling fans. I was a brickies labourer. I worked at the Sanctuary Cove Hyatt as a pool boy. I did all of it, mate. I did it all.
And he did do it all, including this music clip. That's Simon as a hip-swiveling backup dancer. Euphoria was the name of the band. I Want to Love You Right was the name of the song.
What happened in the 90s stays in the 90s. Forget about the 90s. Let's see what you were doing in the 90s.
No, you don't want to know that. Have you seen it?
Shocker.
Have you seen it since?
Don't even bring it up. Don't you dare show a clip of that.
You know what? Some people start bagging groceries at Franklin's. What are you going to do? You start somewhere.
Of course you do.
He was cute in the video. He had his shirt off. Looked pretty good.
Simon met his wife, Rebecca Reig, when he was only 22.
What are you doing here?
They appeared together as young lovers on the TV soap E Street.
I just want you to know that I love you very much.
Simon had never acted before, but what he lacked in experience, he made up for with the sex appeal.
Morning, Sam.
I think that he clearly had something that, you know, the young public was drawn to. And there was he was gorgeous looking and he had this kind of great quality. There was something there.
You wake up one morning to discover that you are next to the sexiest man on TV. Wow.
Yeah, he's clearly a very sexy human being. I learned that 17 years ago. But he, you know, he's still my silly old baker. You know, I don't suddenly wake up and go, I never thought about you like that before. Do you know what I mean? It's all a bit silly.
What you're saying is Amy's making this up.
It was the same star quality that singled him out in a lineup of aspiring young soap stars at the 1993 Logies.
Simon Denny, Network 10.
Simon, then using his stepdad's name of Denny, beat Natalie Imbruglia to win the award for Most Popular New Talent.
Simon Denny.
Do you think that was significant in your career?
Oh, absolutely. So many actors have come through that sort of groundwork. So many, and it's kind of it's good. You know, I'm kind of proud of that.
Why did you decide, when things are going so well in Australia, that you would pack up and take a punt on Hollywood?
It was predominantly for Rebecca. You know, when we met, she was the actress,
professional and
yeah. So I was like, you know, the sort of green kid from the country, sort of, and she was the old pro. I won't say old pro. That's nice. She's slightly older than me, but the pro.
But when they arrived in Hollywood, it was Simon, who'd never been in a film in his life, who got lucky.
Come to Los Angeles. The sun shines bright, the beaches are wide and inviting.
And what a film. LA Confidential. Simon had a small but memorable appearance.
You need a drink, kid? Yeah.
When Simon first auditioned, he was hoping for one of the lead roles, but ultimately that went to another Aussie soap star.
A hooker cut to look like Lana Turner is still a hooker. Hey! She just looks like Lana Turner.
She is Lana Turner.
What? I screen tested, and it went really well. And I got close, you know. And then when I found out that Guy Pearce beat me for that role, I was devastated. I was like, Guy Pearce beat me? I was like, I was over the moon thinking, here I am, and then I find out that Guy Pearce beat me to the job. I was like...
You must have been filthy.
No, you know, it was kind of cool. I was really stoked for Guy.
You're okay with it now, though, right?
Oh, yeah. I was totally okay with it in 10 minutes. As soon as they offered me a part, I said, you know, I'm going to be in a movie.
And within like 3 or 4 weeks, he had LA Confidential. He was being offered pilots. He had William Morris and a number of other agencies knocking on the door. My head was spinning. I was like, it was the scene in Fame, you know, when she goes to audition and the boyfriend gets the gig, gets in the thing. And I was like, wow, how did this happen? So it was a bit of a slap in the face for me.
We only have 7.5 hours of airline.
The films kept coming. Some forgettable.
Don't worry. It's land and sex.
But others hit the mark.
Oh, beautiful.
And meanwhile, Simon was making his name in television.
Louisa Olson lied to a man brandishing a gun and shooting innocent people.
First came The Guardian, and with it a Golden Globe nomination. And now The Mentalist, his most successful role ever, playing the quirky but lovable lead, Patrick James.
Nice to meet you.
I enjoy playing the character. I feel comfortable playing the character now. I didn't at first. It took a while.
It's funny that you should say that, because it just fits you like a glove.
Yeah, it's weird, because it's not really me. And I literally could feel, when we were shooting the pilot, I could feel my face getting red. I was embarrassed with how sort of arrogant and cocky the guy was. Yeah.
You are a wretched, scheming, cold-hearted murderer. Will you keep your tea, Mr. Coogan?
You know, you do it so well.
Well, I have a bravado.
Yeah.
You know, as a person, I've always had a bravado, but genuinely, I'm pretty shy.
Co-stars Tim Kang and Owen Yeoman have their own take on his success. How is it working with the sexiest man in TV?
It's pretty sexy.
Yeah.
I tell you, the heat now, that's not the heat of the sun, that's the heat of Simon Baker.
And his hair, definitely.
And his hair,
yes.
radiant.
Good hair, isn't it?
It is good
fantastic hair.
Yeah. I'm in a secret pact with him now to find out what hair products he uses.
Yeah, he's got a bit of a hair obsession, that kid. He's got some hair envy. Oh, well. He's a nice guy. What's the David Bowie song, Fame? Makes a man start to ponder or something?
Yeah. Today, Simon lives with Rebecca and his 3 kids in Santa Monica, part of a growing band of Aussie expats in Hollywood. Nicole Kidman and Naomi Watts are good friends, and so too is Anthony LaPaglia. They recently teamed up for a celebrity soccer match to help the Victorian bushfire victims. Have you given yourself a time frame here?
No, I can't. How can I give myself a time frame? What happens if my kids decide to go to school here, go to, university here? I'm not, mate, it's open-ended.
You look out over there, can you almost feel Australia? Can you touch it when you look back on it?
Oh, it's a long way.
Enticing.
It's a long paddle.
There's still a lot of the Aussie surfer in Simon Baker, laid back and down to earth.
Right. Awesome. Did they just pay you to do that?
But after 14 years away from home, he's proven he has the talent and determination to achieve success on his terms.
The weirdest thing about being an Australian and coming over here, it's like Australians always look at their entertainers somewhat like sportsmen. It's like you're representing the country, which you are, but there's an enormous amount of pressure sometimes to succeed on the world stage. And I genuinely feel like the fact that I'm able to provide for my family, be a father and a husband, pay the bills, that's success to me.